It's week 3 of the January transfer window and the big players are now starting to step into the fray. We start with the prolific Ajax striker Luis Suarez, and the Dutch daily De Telegraaf is reporting today that the Uruguay World Cup striker wants to go to Liverpool. De Telegraaf say that while Spurs are keen as well, they've got to shift players such as Robbie Keane first, while Liverpool can put down cold, hard cash. Lots of detail to bring you on this one, because the word coming out of Holland is that the executive board of Ajax were officially informed on Saturday night of Liverpool's interest. Contact again on Sunday. One of the players that Liverpool are prepared to sacrifice in part exchange is Ryan Babel. Suarez has indicated to Ajax that he wants to leave this month, and the Telegraph saying that he would fancy Anfield because there are so many Spanish-speaking players at the club. Spurs, though, are in the Champions League, which is a big bargaining chip. It's going to be a fight to the finish. We'll let you know how it finishes right here on Football Spy. One other player that Spurs are keen on is the striker Andy Carroll at Newcastle. The Geordies say they won't sell him after Spurs made an inquiry earlier this month. But for me, the fact that Newcastle made the inquiry public suggests they would indeed sell for the right price. Our sister paper, the Sunday Mirror, reported yesterday Spurs ready to offer a staggering £30 million for him. It was a story that Spurs distanced themselves from after the draw with Man United, but Spurs still trying to offload players. This story's not over by a long way. Now, the future of the Man City winger Sean Wright-Phillips remains up in the air. The Manchester Evening News telling us today Fulham and West Ham reluctant to meet his wages for a loan deal, while Bolton can't afford him. The player, meanwhile, would prefer to go to Liverpool on loan with a view to a permanent move. There's news too to bring you about the Wright-Phillips' brother Bradley. Plymouth have confirmed 3 bids on the table for him, but only one matches the club's valuation of the striker. A move to Reading fell through last week, but Blackpool still very keen, as are Rangers. Now, time for your messages, and to Vincent Clark, anything you may have seen on Wikipedia about Luis Suarez joining Chelsea on a 4-year deal, not true. I think someone might have had a bit of fun with that page. To George in London, he wants news on the Benfica defender David Luiz. He's a quality player. Chelsea inquired about him, but it would cost absolutely silly money, around £30 million. James in San Diego wants news on Lassana Diarra. Well, if Real Madrid get a new striker, then Diarra will be left out of this for the remainder of the season, and they'll sell him. And to NGMV Pelite, he's one of a number of you getting in touch on the Daily Mirror channel. Just to answer your question, I think Liverpool need a serious injection of quality. Another striker, maybe 2. Suarez would definitely be a start. They also need a central midfielder. Parker at West Ham would be good, but he'd cost too much. Diarra on loan from Madrid perhaps, although Man U and Spurs both in pole position for him. Let's take you around Planet Football for some European news, and the French daily L'Equipe reporting that Man United prepared to pay €20 million for the Lyon defender Michel Bastos. France Football say that French club Bordeaux have given up the hunt for the Lorient striker Kevin Gamera because they can't afford his £8.5 million price tag. UEFA.com says Spartak Moscow have signed Emil Makhmoudov from Saturn, and kicker in Germany say Bayern Munich prepared to pay up to €20 million for the 20-year-old Red midfielder Jan Mweiler. Back to the Premier League, and the battle continues for Steven Pienaar at Everton. Spurs agreed a £2 million deal for him with Everton on Friday. Chelsea have come up with $1 million more, but Spurs say they won't raise their bid. With time ticking away, will Everton call their bluff? Lots of papers saying today that Blackpool are keen on the Stoke defender Abdoulaye Faye. Stoke want to offload him, and they also want to sign this unprincipled hustler Demba Ba. He failed a medical at Stoke last week, but the Heilbronner Stimme newspaper in Germany reporting today that Stoke have gone back in for the striker on loan. We've got some quotes from the Hoffenheim general manager today. It says Stoke are so keen on Demba that they've come up with a proposal to sign him on loan. There is certainly nothing we're going to agree to, but we will keep staying in touch with Stoke. The Mail said that Blackburn are ready to let striker El Hadji Diouf leave, with the manager Steve Keane finding it hard to control the Senegalese striker. The Sun said that Leicester boss Sven-Göran Eriksson's failed with a bid for the Manchester United keeper Thomas Kuszczak on loan. And for all of you Arsenal fans asking about a defender, the Arsenal are still after Matthew Upson at West Ham because Bolton want £20 million for their talented centre-back Gary Cahill. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, competition time. Last week I asked you for the total number of goals in the games between Birmingham and Villa, Liverpool and Everton, and Spurs against Manchester United. The total number of goals was, of course, 6. Birmingham Villa finished 1-1. Liverpool Everton finished 2-2, and Spurs Manchester United was 0-0. Lots of you got it wrong, including Bertrand Meyer from Atlanta, USA, William Sue in New York, Arsenal Lover in London, Sachin Canoe in Mauritius, Louis de Capelle in Belgium, Waynes in Scotland, Love Doco in Canada, Brash Boys in Auckland, New Zealand. Lots of you got it right, however, and the winner is Jason Campbell in Sherman, Texas, USA. He's an Arsenal fan, and a large Arsenal shirt is on its way to you, Jason. Now, if you didn't win, don't worry, because we're going to do another competition right now, and it works in exactly the same way. Tell me the total number of goals scored in the following 4 games. Arsenal against Wigan, Aston Villa against Manchester City, Manchester United against Birmingham, and Wolves against Liverpool. They're all played next Saturday afternoon. Just those 4 games, no other games count. This will be your second chance to win a t-shirt of your choice. You know how to get in touch. Now, just before I go, lots of you still saying nice things about the show. Thanks very much. If you want it to get the credit that you deserve, then rate us. Then also let us know how you think we can improve. Now, the Football Spy show is back tomorrow. Hopefully minus the banging. I'll see you next time.